Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't started watching Imperfect Women on Apple TV Plus yet, you are seriously missing out. This show dropped its first 2 episodes on March 18th, 2026, and already people are losing their minds over it. We've got Kerry Washington, Elizabeth Moss, and Kate Mara all playing lifelong best friends, and trust me, this is not your average mystery thriller. There are layers to this thing. So let's get into it. I'm going to break down everything that happened in episodes 1 and 2, so obviously, big spoilers ahead. You've been warned. Let's go. So the very first scene drops us right into the deep end. Eleanor, played by Kerry Washington, is sitting in a police interrogation room. She looks shaken, exhausted, and clearly like she's been through something traumatic. The detectives are grilling her about her friend Nancy, and as Eleanor starts talking, we flash back to the night before, and this is where everything begins to unravel. 11 hours earlier, Eleanor is at her job celebrating with her team. She keeps getting texts from Nancy asking to meet before their planned dinner. Eleanor is a little distracted, partly because of Nancy's messages, and partly because there's this employee at her office named Jordan who keeps trying to get her attention. She brushes him off, for now. That evening, the 3 friends, Eleanor, Nancy, and Mary, sit down for dinner at a fancy restaurant to celebrate Mary's birthday. On the surface, it looks like a normal girls' night. Mary is married and settled. Eleanor is single and clearly living her best life. But then Mary steps away from the table, and Nancy uses that moment to come clean to Eleanor about something big. Nancy, who is also married to a man named Robert, has been having a secret affair. She told Eleanor about it before, but now she's admitting she hasn't ended it. The guy keeps messaging her. Eleanor tells her to just be honest with Robert and stop dragging it out. But before Nancy can respond, Mary comes back and the conversation shuts down immediately. After dinner, everyone goes their separate ways, except Eleanor doesn't go home. She ends up spending the night at Jordan's place. And in the early hours of the morning, her phone rings. It's Robert. Nancy never came home. He's panicking. Eleanor, trying to protect Nancy's secret, tells Robert to wait before calling the police. She goes to his house and essentially reveals that Nancy was having an affair with a man named David, someone Nancy met through work, and then the police show up. Nancy's body has been found in Arroyo Seco Park. She was murdered. A brutal physical assault. Eleanor goes to the morgue to identify the body. It's really her. Nancy is gone. Now we're back in that interrogation room. Eleanor tells the police everything, the 25-year friendship, the affair, the name David. After she's released, she drives straight to Mary's house and breaks the news. Mary is absolutely gutted. But on top of the grief, she's also hurt that Eleanor and Nancy had been keeping this secret from her for so long. As the days move forward, things get more complicated. Nancy's teenage daughter, Cora, quietly tells Eleanor she doesn't feel safe being alone with Robert. That is a huge red flag. Meanwhile, Robert's family, his father is some big hedge fund billionaire, is more concerned about keeping bad press away from the family name than actually grieving. Then the police announce they have a suspect. His name is Davide Haji Boyet, a painter Nancy had donated to. Eleanor looks at the news and suddenly recognizes one of David's paintings hanging right there on Robert's wall. Robert sees it too. He rips it off the wall and destroys it in a rage outside. Afterwards, Eleanor tells Mary privately that she doesn't believe Davide actually did it. And here's where Mary drops a bombshell. She hints that Nancy confided things to her, things about Eleanor and Robert and some kind of history between them. The implication is heavy. There's clearly more to the story there. The episode ends with Robert showing up at Eleanor's apartment. He asks her to attend a ballet with him, something he and Nancy had planned together. Eleanor hesitates, but eventually agrees. They go. And outside, completely unknown to them, a man in a dark truck is photographing them together. working for some mysterious figure sitting beside him. Episode 2 is basically a Kerry Washington masterclass. We get a flashback-heavy look at Eleanor's past, and it all ties back to one thing: Robert. We learn that Eleanor first met Robert when she was just 18 years old. She developed real feelings for him, but he chose Nancy instead. And Eleanor has been carrying that weight ever since. So now you start to understand why every interaction between Eleanor and Robert feels so loaded with unspoken emotion. This whole friendship between these three women has been built on top of something complicated and never quite resolved. In the present, a photo of Nancy and David surfaces publicly. Both Eleanor and Robert are shaken by it, forced to confront the reality of who Nancy was in those final months of her life. We also get properly introduced to Leslie Odom Jr. as Donovan, Eleanor's brother. He's nosy, a little judgmental, and very opinionated about Robert, especially about Eleanor spending time with a grieving widower whose wife just died under mysterious circumstances. Elizabeth Moss also starts showing a more unpredictable, volatile side as Mary, which tells us she's going to be a major wildcard going forward. And the episode ends with Eleanor and Robert crossing a line they cannot uncross. They sleep together, which, given that someone is already surveilling Eleanor from that dark truck, is about to become a very, very big problem. And that's where we are after 2 episodes of Imperfect Women. A dead best friend, a suspect nobody believes is guilty, a forbidden relationship, a mystery benefactor running surveillance, and 3 women whose 25-year friendship may be built on secrets none of them fully understand yet. This show is heating up fast. Drop your theories in the comments below. I want to know who you think actually killed Nancy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.